recently I held a live stream where I talked about VTubers and their horrible OPSEC when it came to the reporting and opinions of the assassination of Donald Trump. Now, really quickly, I feel like it should be said that hopefully most normal people can agree that nobody should be shot, especially people that are doing nothing but giving speeches at rallies or just going about their day-to-day lives. I'm not going to get into the criminality of having to protect yourself, but for the most part, I don't believe anybody deserves to be shot in general. Just in general. A lot of YouTubers weren't really good with their OPSEC on that. A lot of them kind of self-imposing their opinions on people and allowing people to see the kind of individual that they are. And, you know, it is what it is. However, one of the people that I decided that I wanted to talk about today in a small video format was Destiny. And the reason why I wanted to talk about Destiny is because he's been very on the train of just, like, I wouldn't say that he was really glorifying violence, but he is definitely not, like, saying, oh, I wish that didn't happen. He is definitely in the camp of just being like, oh, but, well, that was almost the end of Trump, it feels like. And so, a lot of people have been reacting to his reaction. One of those people was Kirsche. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go through some of the reactions here that she had, some of his responses, and then we're going to talk just in general about the people that have been trying to attack her for basically saying, yeah, duh, you shouldn't try to kill people, obviously. This clip comes from Victus. Thank you so much, Victus, for this clip in general. We're going to go ahead and listen to this here.
How do you not see that you are the bad guys?
So, really quickly, she is talking about... Here, I'm going to move this. She's talking about Destiny in general. Because, again, he is reacting to the shooting. And, like, the whole thing with Destiny... just a quick little preamble here. The whole thing with Destiny that she's trying to talk about is, like, bro... How can you not see that you are part of the party that you say that you are very against? And I'm not going to wade through much through politics here. My job is pop culture for the most part. But for the most part, a lot of people on the left have been very against just what it feels like normality. And she is trying to point that out. Kirsche does a really good job at pointing out bullshit when it comes to woke stuff. She's covering Bridge, which is basically like the undercover version of DEI, which I definitely recommend that you look into. But she's basically just saying, bro, you are the bad guy, which it is kind of a meme, but it's true. It's true. And I feel like she's kind of explaining it pretty well here.
You would see everything that made this country what it is. That gives you the freedom to do what the fuck you do
and she is also correct here in saying that, like, you know, if your freedom of speech was gone, like, here's the thing about Destiny. I hear people joke about this a lot. I know Null from Kiwi Farms talks about this, but if we didn't have freedom of speech, if this really was a commie regime, which I pray and am grateful every day that it's not, Destiny would not exist in the same way that he does now. He would not be a political commentator. He would not be sitting in his room playing Factorio all day, talking about politics. He wouldn't be debating JonTron about JonTron's misinformed or just bad political takes. All he would be doing is whatever the commie regime wants him to do. And the thing that's really funny, Destiny does this and a lot of other people do it, they don't understand or they don't recognize that is what their future would be.
Or the fucking problem.
So,
until the people you brought into power have their boot on your neck and put the bullet in your head too.
It's just like, and that's enough pretty much to kind of illustrate the point here. Like, they don't realize that they are putting the people that would undo them in, and that's the kind of like the sad thing here. So his whole thing is, imagine being this delusional, and he says Biden is the one who's going to have the boot on your neck, not the guy who begged the Supreme Court for criminal immunity to escape his charges. And they're talking about how the Supreme Court basically ruled that Trump isn't in trouble for January 6th, which I'm not going to comment on because that's besides the point. But he kind of opens the door talking about Kirsche. And then later, pretty much on the same day, so this one was at 1:30 a.m. This is at 9:23 or 9:32 p.m. on the same day. He decides to post this clip because, again, Kirsche's whole thing is she is saying, listen, you can't make fun of the victims of this, because not only was the president shot, but there was a man, a fireman, I believe, that was unfortunately killed in this situation, which is really sad and really unfortunate. But people are joking about that, and Kirsche is like getting mad that people.
Literally streams himself.
Kirsche is like saying you can't do that. Basically, you can't get mad at people for making fun of tragedies, which I agree with. And it will be brought up later, but I will just say right here, right now, you can laugh at the shooter because the shooter is stupid. Exceptional is the word I would use. Very exceptional. You don't laugh at the victims because the victims literally had nothing to do with this. Literally, they were just there supporting who they thought that they wanted to be the next president.
Being cocked.
And her whole thing here is dunking on him. Very good reason to dunk on him. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you cuck yourself, you're going to get made fun of. All right? A lot of people are just going to make fun of you. And yes, Destiny, like, I don't know how he takes it in strides. I definitely would be very devastated if that happened to me. But he somehow takes it in strides. In public, at least.
Bad things happen to his parents. If they get killed at a rally, he's saying, yeah, I'll sleep comfortably. They made their bed. They can lie in it. He's out here mocking and making fun of people that got shot because they're Trump supporters. All jokes are acceptable.
But so what happens is he basically pulls up an out of clip context, and we're gonna pull it into context here in a moment because I do have the clip, the actual context here, but. Basically, he's trying to say, well, you can't say that about me because this is what you've said in the past. And it's...
I'm not a very easily offended
person. It's not right.
Watching that video got me thinking, dude,
it's not right at all. Thinking?
Some subjects are simply not to be talked about. Hashtag new rules. Well,
No, I completely disagree with that. It's like the most recent shooting I haven't gotten to talk about on stream yet. There was another transgender shooter that went to a church in Texas, and as far as I know, only 2 people got hurt before the police neutralized the transgender shooter.
We're gonna watch this whole thing here so that you guys understand what he's trying to say.
Complete first tranifesto. I don't know if there's a tranifesto for the Texas church shooting, but hopefully we'll get one. Apparently, they also had "Free Palestine" written on their weapon. I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to go through all of this on stream, but it's like if we're going to start seeing a trend of these so-called transgender people shooting up churches.
All right, so we're gonna that's pretty much it there. It ends right there. He's trying to say that this is a gotcha. However, there is a pretty decent issue that I have with this. Number one, she's not making fun of the victim here. She's making fun of the shooters. All right. Now, to be careful because it is YouTube. The shooters in any kind of sad, unfortunate event, you make fun of them. You laugh about them. Because guess what? If you decide that you are going to be that unhinged to go and try and harm the lives of other people, I'm going to make fun of you. And I feel like every normal human, after they get over the loss, are going to be mad or want to make fun of the shooter because that's what you do to help cope sometimes. And she's not making fun of the victim. That's the important part. You never make fun of the victims in these kinds of situations, ever. That's just disgusting. And yeah, what he's trying to say is, oh, but look at her, she's saying that she's making fun of the whole thing, and that's simply not true. So Kirsche would reply the next day, pretty well, 5 or 6 hours later, I would say, based on the time here, and she would say, Destiny seems to be angry at getting demonetized or banned everywhere for making fun of school victims, shooting victims. He has to take time to clip me out of context and have his goons try and contact my sponsors. I don't know who they've tried to contact in specifics. That's obviously wrong. Life Ruination, by the way, never do this. Never contact people's sponsors or try to get their money removed from them because you will immediately cut yourself off from people, the good people that will support you. And I will have nothing to do with you, period. Making fun of a person perpetrating a shooting is always okay because these people should not be revered or placed on a pedestal, which is true. The proper response is to make fun of or to shun or to push them away because we, 1, don't want more people doing that, and 2, that is what you do. You want to make them look like scum. So again, you don't see it anymore. So she's very correct here in making fun of the shooter, which is what you should be doing. It's very weird that anyone would think you shouldn't make jokes about a shooter, but maybe Destiny thinks I'm wrong since it was a church that was attacked. There is 0 jokes when someone expresses a shooting victim deserved it. It's not a joke when someone wishes a shooter didn't miss a target. These are statements. Do not let other people shift the narrative into making you argue about jokes. These people didn't lie about you, they'd have nothing. These people have to lie about you because they hate you and want to see you destitute. So we're gonna go ahead and watch a little bit of this clip here. We're gonna watch the context before, and then we're just gonna, because I feel like it's important to show that, like, again, it's clipped out of context, and the context for what he is pulled from is when she was watching a Medicare video where he reacts to people talking about his Tumblrisms video. So let's go ahead and play that here.
Humor is a matter of taste, but if you think anything in that video is funny or lol so true,
Mr. Medicare's the best, by the way.
If you think it is a funny
Who
joke
also
or
beat
parody,
Destiny in
you are
a
welcome to
debate,
me.
by the way.
Bye.
Hashtag ugh, ableism, racism, sexism, violence, trigger word
The
violence,
Latin word government literally
transphobia.
means mind
Judging
control.
by the user
Oh
icon,
no.
this person suffers from some medical disease that makes it impossible to look at a camera when taking a picture of themselves.
It's just a
Hopefully they
MySpace
find a
angle,
cure one day.
Jimothy.
Hopefully. Globix85 writes, okay, a new rule is in effect. If I ever see the welcome to Tumblr video
By the
on my
way,
dash, the
Tumblr
post will be
seems like
blocked,
cancer.
and if
I
you're not a friend of mine, you can be
I've tried it. I can't.
Why, you may ask? Because I don't think making fun of some things that are legitimately serious issues to people is acceptable, and the video is in very poor taste.
So,
All jokes are acceptable, and immediately after a tragedy is typically the best time to make a joke about said tragedy.
I'm not a very easily offended person, but watching that video...
see,
got
look
me
at this.
thinking, dude,
This is what was
do you think?
missing
Some
from
subjects
this.
are simply not to be talked about.
You can see how he is
Rules.
just chopped it in half here.
No, I completely
I don't like
disagree with
that.
It's like the most recent shooting I had.
I don't like
to
that.
talk about
And
on
again,
the
like
internet.
this just continues on the rest of her talking about the shootings. But the point that he is missing, or maybe he knows it. I have a feeling he probably knows what her point was, and he is just choosing not to display that. Maybe because he thinks that he can get away with it. The point that she is trying to make, again, is you make fun of the shooter. Always. Make fun of the shooter. Like, laugh at them. Say that they're stupid, and that, like, I don't know, say that they have a small peepee or whatever. But, like, that you don't ever make fun of the victim. And that is, like, what... That, like, back to the original point here, when he was talking about her reacting to him, she wasn't mad at him for... She was mad that he was, like, getting upset about the victims, because Destiny was, like, really harshly mean to the victim. It's, like, really disgusting, really sad. And so that's the entire context. That's pretty much it. That's why he's so mad. And I also think he's mad because, again, he got, like, banned from Kick or suspended. I don't know which one. And it seems he's lashing out at people. Lashing out at Kirsche. By the way, if you do that, you lose, because Kirsche is right. You make fun of these people. But he was not the only one to really, like, lash out at Kirsche. The other one that I'll this will be a brief touch on, but the other one was Dev. Dev went ahead and decided to take a pot shot as well. He, like, I don't know if he chopped up Destiny's video into an 11-second thing here, but he went ahead and decided to chop this up. Now let me just give some preamble. Dev does not like Kirsche. Kirsche does not like Dev, and the reasons behind that, in my opinion, are a little murky. But I am 100% in the belief that it is Dev's fault. He pined after her for a while, and when she said no, he decided to start doing gay ops against her, which is very disgusting, and I don't condone that. So for the longest time, he has been pretty much trying to take silent jabs at her, and whenever the opportunity comes up, whenever somebody that tries to get an own on her comes up, like Destiny, Dev is going to come up and try and add his 2 cents to the pile. But he immediately was roasted by pretty much everybody in the comments. I believe that this might get a community note as well. Not too sure. But everybody in the comments was roasting him. There might be 1 or 2 people that are actually fans of his that agreed with him. But again, he's not doing a good job at trying to do this, because again, he clipped it out of context and is not showing what the actual message is, which is just make fun of the shooter and pray for the victims, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I don't know, maybe Dev deserves his own, like, video one day talking over all of the crazy crap that he's pulled trying to dig at Kirsche. But, like, I don't know, I just find all of this kind of dumb. All of these people that try and go after her, they have to chop things up, they have to clip it out of context, they have to make it look like the worst shit in the world. And unfortunately, the people that don't actually care that are already on their side, they're going to agree without looking into it. But I wanted to make this video to kind of show how scummy some of these people are, what the tactics that they try to use, and hope that I can educate people on not falling for that in the future, because it's not worth doing. Not worth doing. But beyond that, thank you for watching today's video. This is something that I'm trying to do, very new concept thing I'm trying to do. We'll see how it goes up and how it works out. If you liked, make sure that you like the video, subscribe. If you want to see the uncut version of this, I do have that as a members only video that you can watch, where it basically captures my my little idioms wherever there's a cutout that because of my brain needing to chop things closer together. I will have that in the uncut version if you're interested in that. Other than that, join the Discord if you're interested in talking with me. I like talking and vibing with people that are part of my community. And subscribe to the podcast channel, which will also be linked down below. Other than that, you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!